Hi, this is James from OptimizePress, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a landing page or squeeze page with OptimizePress. Now the first step before you do anything else is to go to your OptimizePress or WordPress site, go to settings and go to permalinks. And we just need to ensure that the permalinks are set to the post name setting. And the reason we do this is because some of our integrations do require this setting to work properly. So once you've done that, just click Save Changes and we're ready to start setting up our landing page. Now the first step in setting up our landing page is to go to OptimizePress and go to the dashboard and then click on Email Marketing Services. And you'll see that we have a number of different email marketing services or autoresponders listed on this page. And these are all services which we have special integrations with, which allows you to set up your integration once within our interface here and then send your subscriber information through to them from your opt-in forms. Now, if your provider is not listed on this page, do not worry, we do have a method for you still to integrate with most providers, so I'll cover that a little bit later in this video. But if you did want to use Aweber, iContact or one of these other providers listed here, all that you need to do is open the provider tab and then you're going to follow the instructions. So for this one, Aweber, it's probably the most simple integration. Let me just click disconnect first of all because this is already connected, and then you'll see a connect link just like this. And when I connect this, it's actually going to link up with Aweber so we can communicate directly between our OptimizePress site and your Aweber autoresponder account. So if I just click connect, you'll see that I'm taken through to an Aweber authorization page where I just have to enter in my Aweber login name and password, click OK or allow access, and then I should be redirected straight back to my WordPress site. Now that doesn't give us here at OptimizePress any access to your account, but it just authorizes your website to communicate with your Aweber account. Now some of the providers work slightly differently. If you click on iContact, you'll see that you are required to enter in your iContact username and an API password, and you can follow this link here to get an API password. It is different to your iContact password, so just bear that in mind. And then if we scroll down to MailChimp, you'll see that they have an API key, and you can follow the instructions over at MailChimp to get your API key. The same goes for Infusionsoft and some of the other providers here. You just need to provide the information that's requested in these fields to integrate them with your OptimizePress site. So once you've done that, you need to actually create the page. So to do that, we're going to go to OptimizePress, Page Builder, and the Page Builder is the system which sets up the page initially for us. So you need to give your page a name. I'm just going to call this Demo Landing Page 1. And you don't need to worry about the thumbnail for now. We can click on check availability to make sure that this URL is available, and it is. And then what I'm going to use for this video is one of our content templates, and the content templates are basically pre-made templates that you can use if you don't want to start from scratch with your page. So you can use these and you can still edit them, you can still add content and you can still add elements to them, but they provide a great starting point for your pages. And if you just want to use them as they are, then they are all tested for conversions and should work great for you. So I'm going to click on Use a Content Template. I'm going to scroll down and you'll see a number of different designs here. Now if you do not see all these designs listed, do contact our support and we'll show you how to reset your pages, or you can search in the help desk for reset templates and you'll find the steps to do that. So you can see here in the opt-in pages section, I've got a range of different landing pages available to me. So for this video, I'm going to select the grey opt-in design, and then I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom and click Proceed to Step 2. And that's all we need to do to initially set up our landing page. So you'll see here I'm loaded straight into what we call our live editor, and this is where you'll go ahead and edit any of your pages within OptimizePress. So you can see here this live editor is designed to be a live environment where you can just click and edit any item on the page. So you can see here we have our opt-in form. This page has an ebook cover, so you can obviously edit that, and we also have our headline and our header at the top. So working from the top, I'm going to show you the steps that I would take to modify this page. So the first thing here, we have this navigation bar. Now we may not want that on this page, so if you want to hide that, you would just click on Layout Settings, Header and Navigation, scroll down to the navigation bar alongside the logo, and just ensure that this is set to None. And then if we update the page, we'll see here that the menu bar has been removed. So that is the first step. Obviously, if you want to change your logo, you can just click on the logo, go to Header and Navigation again, and then if you scroll down, you can see we have two header styles here. You've got the logo style and the banner style. So if you wanted to use a logo, you would use this. If you want to use a banner, which is popular in some of the internet marketing circles, you can choose this option here. And then you can upload your logo. If you choose banner, then you'll be asked for a banner image. So I'm going to leave this on logo and leave my sample logo here. If you want to remove the logo, you can just click Remove Image. Obviously, just click Select File to upload your own logo. Once you've done that, you can click Update. I'm just going to close that because I haven't made any changes. Now the next thing is our headline. So to edit the headline, you just hover over it and you'll see these options here. Now I'll just cover these briefly for you. The first option is Edit, and this is going to apply to any element that you insert within the live editor, so you can click to edit this item right on the page. If you click the cog or gear icon, this is the advanced options, and this will give you options which allow you to delay an element on a page, and some other custom options which we'll cover in another video. This item here with the crosshairs, this allows you to move the item, so if you just click and drag, you can actually move items up and down your page. Now bear in mind, at the moment you can only move items between rows, so you see these dashes here, this is one row, so we can move items within this row, but we can't move them down here. Now we are working on an upgrade which will allow you to move items anywhere on a page, but for now just bear that in mind. You can of course move the row up and down, so you can change the order of these items on a page, so it really is flexible. The final option is the delete icon, and that will allow you to delete this item completely from the page. Do bear in mind, if you delete an element, then it will not be able to be recovered, so do take care when using this feature. So I'm going to click on the edit icon, and you'll see here that we have the headline element. So we can go ahead and change this text. So you can see I've just changed the text there, and if we scroll down, we'll see the actual options for this element. So we have a number of options here which are completely optional. You don't have to change them. We can change the font size, we can change the font, and we have a range of different fonts here including Google Fonts. We can change the weight of the font, the color, the spacing, and even add a shadow. And then if we scroll down, you'll see a number of other options here. Again, these are completely optional. You can leave them if you're not sure what to do, and then when we're happy with everything, just click Insert, and you'll see that the text has changed live on my page. Again, the same goes for the subheadline and this text here. We can edit anything on the page just by clicking the edit icon. When you're happy with those, scroll down and we'll look at the next section here. With the image of the ebook, we can click on this edit icon here, and this is going to load the images element, and again we can just either remove the image or we can select a file from our computer or from our WordPress library to include on the page. I won't change that book cover right now. Now the most important thing on the page is obviously the opt-in form. So to edit that, again we just click on the edit icon, and this is going to allow us to integrate our autoresponder with this page, and you must do this for each opt-in form that you create or that you edit on a page in order to ensure that your subscribers are being sent to the correct place. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes explaining the opt-in form element. So you can see here when we load it, we have defaulted to the email data option, and what this allows you to do is send the subscribers that subscribe to your form straight to an email address that you specify and redirect them to a landing page or thank you page. So this would send their email address and name and any other fields that you collect on this form straight to your email. Now, we don't recommend using this most of the time because it doesn't allow you to add them to a list which you can then automate follow-ups through, but some people in certain niche markets like the real estate market do like to use this kind of form, so we have the facility there if you need it. What we would recommend using is our integrations that we've just explained. So you can see when I open the integration type field, you'll see that we have a number of listed options here, and you'll only see the options that you've integrated. So obviously, with this being a demo site, I've integrated with quite a few different providers, but if you only integrate with Aweber, all that you'll see is email data, custom form, which I'll come to in a moment, and Aweber. So if we were to use Aweber, for example, we select Aweber, and then the next thing you'll see is that the provider list has been opened, and this is basically going to provide any lists from my Aweber account are going to be pulled in to your OptimizePress site, and we can choose which list to subscribe these people to. So you can see here a number of my lists here, and all that I'm going to do is just leave it selected on this first one. You would obviously select the list that you want to add subscribers from this form to Aweber. So whichever list you've created, select it in this list here, and then anyone that subscribes here will be sent through to that list. The last thing you need to do is just enter in a thank you page URL. Now this would be whatever page you want it to be. It can be on the same site or it can be on a different site. We normally recommend creating your thank you page within OptimizePress as well, and then just publish the page, grab the URL, and then paste it in here. And you can of course come back later to fill this out. You don't have to do it all right away. Now the next section, if I scroll down here, you'll see that we have this disable name option. This allows you to hide the name field on a form if you just want to collect email. One word of warning with this, we do recommend that if you're only collecting email, you do also specify within your autoresponder that just email is required. So if you set up a form there which is looking for name and email, then sometimes it can cause an issue. So just check that with your individual autoresponder in case that makes a difference. The other thing to bear in mind, if you're collecting name, this drop down here will populate with any fields on the form or any fields pulled in from this list. So you just need to match up the name field with the correct field. So normally it will be name or first name, but just check this is populated. If it doesn't have a selection, then sometimes the information won't be sent through to your autoresponder properly. So always check this field. If you wanted to add additional fields, provided you have them set up on your autoresponder side, they will be pulled in here. So in this list here you see name because that's the only other field apart from email that is available. But obviously if you have other fields available, they will be listed here. You can then, if I just select name, you'll see what happens. So then you can just select the text that you want. So this would be enter your name. Obviously we already have a name field, but this might be phone number or whatever you want to use. I'm just going to close that for now, and we do have some additional training in the knowledge base on additional fields with certain providers like Aweber. So once you've set that up, you can insert this and the form will be ready to go. You can also customize the texts such as the privacy or spam notice, the name default text, and the default email text. And you can even modify the submit button, so you can change the text on the submit button, and for certain opt-in forms you can also create a custom form, and those options will be a custom button, and those options will be available here. For this form or this opt-in form doesn't have those options, so but some of them will. So once that's done, you can click insert. Now, as I mentioned previously, if your provider is not listed in our API integrations list inside email marketing services, you're going to want to use the custom form option. So if I just go ahead and select that, you'll see that now we have a form HTML field. And what this is able to be used for is if your provider, such as GVO or one of the other providers who we don't have integration with, if they're able to provide a HTML web form, which normally will have a form, so it will start with a form text, then you can paste that code into here, and then this will automatically pull in the fields and link them up to your autoresponder form inside of OptimizePress. So once you've pasted your code in here, you'll see that these fields will be populated with some different texts. Now, all that you need to do is ensure that the name and email fields match up with the name and email fields from your form code. Normally you'll be able to work out which is the name and which is the email. It might be first name or it might be something similar, but you need to match those up, otherwise the information may not be provided correctly to your autoresponder. So once you've done that, when you're happy with everything, you can actually just click insert. So I'm just going to go back and change this back to Aweber, and I'm going to click insert, and that form is now integrated with Aweber. So when we publish the page, this person, whoever subscribes on this form, will be sent straight through to my Aweber account. What you can do also within the live editor, you'll see this option here to show and hide controls, and this gives you a preview of exactly how the page is going to look when it's published. So if I go ahead now and publish this, save and continue, that page is now published and ready to go. And if we view the public link, we'll see exactly how it looks in our browser. So we can see it looks absolutely fine and it's ready to go. So this page is now ready to start collecting opt-ins. All that you need to do is click on Edit Page, and you'll see the permalink here. This is your URL. You can copy that and you can start using that in your marketing, and that page is good to go. So that's all that you need to do to actually start creating your first landing page with OptimizePress. We'll have further videos with additional training, so look out for those coming soon.